Hey, this is Meredith's husband. I've got some SEO advice for you, but I'm going to keep it really simple so that you can understand it, so it makes sense, and most importantly, so you can actually use it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
I think this is going to be the sexiest SEO podcast episode in history.
Wow.
Yeah. Actually, that's not true at all. We're going to talk about title tags. Title tags, titles and tags.
Title tags.
The most unsexy part
No,
of SEO.
they could be totally sexy.
I feel like this
It's all
is
state of mind, man.
I feel like it's like the equivalent of going to the dentist in SEO.
I love going to the dentist.
Yeah, but you're weird. Most people don't.
I love having my teeth cleaned.
This is something that doesn't seem like a lot of fun, but you have to do. It's like if you don't do it, you have dirty teeth.
Right.
Anyway, we're going to talk about how to do it today. There is a lot of talk out there in the world about what you need to do with your meta tags. I'll tell you what that means.
Do it.
There's a few types of tags that you need to think about when you hear the term meta tags. We're talking about title tags, which are technically not meta tags, but they're kind of lumped in with meta tags. So there's your title tags, there's your meta description tag, there's your keyword meta tag, and then there are your image alt tags and your H1 tags, your headings. See, it's sexy, right? Super exciting.
It's just so confusing. I
know.
I was with you at the beginning, and I'm visualizing this is where you do this.
Okay, well, I'm just laying out what we're going to do. I'm going to explain all this. It's really not confusing. I'm going to explain it.
Okay, because it seems like, shouldn't they all just be the same? I mean, can you just put the same words in all the places?
Well, you can. That would be keyword stuffing. And the Google spam team would be like, this person is a keyword stuffer.
You go to Google jail.
Right. So number one, the very most important one, title tags. Your title tags, if you do a search in Google, do any search, and then the listings that you see, there's a big blue bold line of text.
Yeah.
And then followed by some other text. That blue line is the title tag. It's the title. It's the title of your page. It's very important for that reason, because it's what people are going to see before they decide whether or not to click on your site. It's also going to determine what keywords you show up for, or it's going to help determine. So it's important for both usability and for SEO. Now,
gotcha.
How do you write a title tag? Number one.
Okay.
I got about, 7 or 8 points here.
Ooh.
Number one, it has to be every single page on your website needs a unique title tag.
Okay.
They all
now,
need to
how
be
unique? Like they can't have the same three words in different places?
Just don't duplicate them. They definitely cannot be exact duplicates.
Okay.
Okay. Number one. Number two, length. You're going to hear a lot about length, like, your title tags are too long, they're too short, whatever.
Goldilocks.
Yeah. Good. That works.
Thank you.
There is no such thing as a title tag that's too long.
Oh.
According to people at Google, it doesn't matter how long your title tag is. It can be 50,000 words if you want.
Whoa.
There's two problems though. Number one, only like a few words are going to actually be displayed.
Right.
To users. So nobody's going to see the rest of them.
But will Google?
Yeah, but they're not going to pay attention.
Right.
Or they're going to pay very little attention. The second problem is that it dilutes the strength of your keywords. So if you have your key, like imagine you have two title tags for a page, and this page is about children's birthday party photography.
Yes.
If the title tag is children's birthday party photography, it's very clear what that page is about and what it should rank for. If your title is children's birthday photography and then has 50 more words after it, then it's very much less clear what that title is about.
Right.
See? So those are the two issues. Now, the display issue, typically you're going to hear that the length limit is about 60 or 65 characters. After that, Google is
characters
going to,
meaning letters.
Letters or spaces.
Okay.
Or characters. Any sort of character.
Kermit?
If you can find a Kermit icon, then yes.
Okay.
So you're going to hear a length of 60 to 65 characters. Technically, it is a pixel width. Like you have so many pixels. After that number of pixels, Google is going to cut off your title tag and you're just going to have a ...
Oh.
And the reason that's only important, you can imagine if you had a string of W's, that would take up, that'd be wider. It would take up more space than a string of I's, of lowercase i's.
Yes.
So technically, it's a pixel width, but realistically, you're going to want to keep your title tag to a max of 60 or maybe 65 characters in order to have it all displayed.
Got it. And that's including spaces.
Including spaces,
grammar.
Yeah. Any SEO plugin for WordPress is going to have a counter. So as you're typing, you'll see the counter go up. And once you get over 60 or 65, it'll turn red. So that's what you want to. But if you use an SEO tool, a lot of times it'll come back and say your title tags are too long. That's not necessarily the problem. The problem is that you want to make sure it's not longer than it needs to be.
And what do you mean by tool?
Like SEMrush, there's a million tools like SEMrush.
Got it.
Out there. Number 3, your brand name. When do you put your brand name in your title tag? So your brand, generally speaking, a good rule of thumb is your brand name. So in your case, Meredith Zinner Photography should be at the very beginning of the title tag on your home page.
Okay.
Then it does not need to be anywhere else.
Really?
It doesn't need to be on every inner page. Now, a lot of times what you'll see is people do that and then they have the brand name at the end of the title tag for inner pages because it's not important. After your homepage, it's not important to have your brand name up in the beginning. So it's less important. So it goes at the end of the title tag.
Okay.
What the hell are you doing?
I forgot to put SPF on, and
You're putting SPF on in the middle of a podcast.
Because I forgot to put it on this morning. I haven't brushed my teeth yet.
You're also in a dark room.
No, but do you see the light coming in? Do you see how I have a shadow on my face?
People, there's a tiny little sliver of light touching Meredith.
But it's sun, and it's bouncing off the building.
She's a vampire.
In the backyard,
okay.
and so I'm putting on SPF.
Let's get back to SEO.
I didn't think you'd notice.
You didn't think I'd notice? I'm staring at you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Your brand name. A lot of times what you will see is people put the brand name at the end of the title tag for their inner pages. Now that's if you have a short brand name. Like one of my clients, their brand name is literally 4 letters. So they tack it on at the end.
Oh.
Fitting Meredith Zinner Photography at the end of every title tag is going to take up a lot. It's going to take up too much. So in your case, I don't do it. I wouldn't do it. The only other pages you might want to include your brand name would be like the about page, the contact page. That's about it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what do you put in your title tags?
Yeah. Your
keywords. Put your keywords in your title tags. Now you mentioned earlier, can I repeat the same 3 keywords on every, if your website is about children's photography, do you put children's photography on every page?
Well, do you put children's photography children?
No.
Okay.
Every page of your site is unique and you should be specific to what that page is about in your title tag. So your homepage, it should say, I think your homepage is probably like Meredith Zinner Photography, and then a pipe. I'll get to that in a second.
A pipe?
And then I'll explain that in a second. Right. And then family and children's photography. Then the inner pages would be, if it's like, let's say we're looking at one of your family pages, it would be, family photography prices, family photography sessions, family photography, something. You need to be specific to what the page is. Have in mind what that page is about. And if we're going to rank for something, what would that be? That's most likely your keyword for that for that page. Now, your keywords should go in the beginning of your title tag, up very near the front of them.
Okay.
So don't put them at the end. In other words, don't have a whole bunch of words and then at the very end have your keywords. Put your keywords first.
Right.
Okay. Also with keywords, along those lines, don't put the same keywords in every single page. Don't stuff your keywords. So don't stuff multiple variations of your keyword into a single title tag. Don't say, for example, Meredith Zinner photography, New York photographer, photographing. Don't do that.
Right.
Google understands the difference. Get your important keywords near the beginning, and then don't repeat them. And then don't stuff them across every single page of your site. Don't say the same thing on not every single page of your site is about family photography. Right. Some of those pages are how to contact you. Some of the pages are about you. Some of the pages are pricing. Some of the pages are blog pages. Be specific to the page.
Okay.
Avoid stop words.
Stock or stop?
Stop. S-O-T-S. Do I know how to spell? S-T-O-P.
Like the sign.
Yes. And that means words like a, and, of, the, stuff like that. Google is going to skip over those words. So you might not always be able to eliminate them completely, but keep them to a minimum. And also they dilute your keyword space. They take up extra space that you don't need. So keep them to a minimum.
Okay.
Quotes. Never use quotation marks ever.
Ooh.
Don't ever use quotation marks. That'll stop. Google gets to a quotation mark and it's going to stop. I learned this the hard way.
Because why do they stop?
I don't know. It's something. Oh, because quotes are used they're very commonly used within code.
Oh, that's
so Google sees that and it expects code to be coming afterwards. So it stops. So if you put quotations in your title tag, you'll notice in Google, your title tag will stop, right? You'll see right before those quotation marks, it'll just end your title.
Oh.
Characters that you do want to use in title tags. Pipe. So I mentioned the pipe sign.
Yeah.
The pipe is that vertical, it looks like a lowercase L, but it's just a plain vertical line.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one to use. It's a good...
it looks like a lowercase L or a capital I.
Yes.
Without the little
it's a good Yes. It's a good separator because it doesn't take up much width horizontally.
Right.
Google also skips over that. So it's, some characters like an underscore, Google recognizes as an underscore. And if I do a search for something with an underscore, it will actually look for matches with an underscore in it. So don't use underscores. Use hyphens instead.
Right. I think you mentioned that once before.
Yeah. You always want to try to use hyphens, just almost across the board when you're naming files or whatever. Or in URLs, definitely in URLs, don't include underscores, but just generally kind of try to use hyphens instead.
Got it.
You can use brackets, you can use parentheses, you can use colons, you can use those however you like. Just keep in mind that pipes are a very common one. So what often you'll see on a homepage is the brand name, space, and then a pipe. And then a space, and then the whatever that site is about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and visually it works. Geography. You don't need to stuff geography into your title tags. You don't need to put New York in everyone. It used to be different. That's
old school, right?
That's old school,
because you used to see
used to be that would be at the end. NYC, New York, it would be in every single one. Don't have to do that anymore. The exception would be maybe in your home, if you're a local business owner, like a photographer, in your homepage, you could say Meredith Zinner Photography, family and children's photographer in Brooklyn, New York.
Right, because you do want people to see it.
Because you want people to see it, yeah. It does not need to be on every single inner page.
True.
I would maybe your about page. Maybe
about
contact.
And home page and contact.
Yeah, and contact. Yeah. By the way, a good thing to put in your contact page title tag is your phone number. Just put the phone number right in there.
Okay. Why is it a good thing? Just so people can react.
Yeah, so people can see it. It's handy. It's going to start to show up in a lot of places. It's a good thing to do.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. For once.
Yeah, do that.
I will.
Okay, that is title tags.
Nice. Thank
Pretty
you.
good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so next, we've got more, remember?
Yes, but wait.
But wait, there's more. Meta descriptions. So your meta description tag is the little paragraph that's going to show up in Google or appear in Google listings after your title tag. So this no longer affects your SEO. So there's nothing you can put in your meta description tag that is going to make your rankings higher.
Okay.
So don't worry about putting keywords in here. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It won't make or break.
It won't do anything. The things you need to do, make them unique. Google will perhaps penalize you if you duplicate your meta description tag across every page of your site.
Fair enough.
Okay. The length. There's a character limit here as well. It's about 160 characters. Mm-hmm. I think the same thing is true. It can be longer. It doesn't matter. But there is absolutely no reason to make it longer. It's just going to be truncated.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. Try to have a full thought in that space. I think shorter is better, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just think it's going to get more people to actually read it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I do when I do meta description tags. I do this I do it for my site, your site, client sites, everything. I go to that page and I just copy the first paragraph of text. I then go put it in the meta description thing and I try to edit it down to less than 160 characters.
Okay.
I do that by just shortening it, also by taking out stop words that are not necessary, by putting in things like ampersand instead of and, just whittling it down. It's not very difficult, but just be descriptive of what that page is about. And that's why you start with the first paragraph of that page. That's a totally legit way to do description tags. That's what people are kind of expect. When people are in Google and they see a little description of a page and then they click on it, they're going to expect that's exactly what they're going to expect to see. Yes. So this is totally good for users. It's totally good for SEO.
Yeah.
Okay. Next is the meta keyword tag.
Meta keyword tag.
Yes. And this is not important at all.
Oh.
Don't worry about this.
Hooray.
Google announced years ago, they're like, don't pay attention. You don't need to put stuff in your keyword tag. We don't even read them anymore.
Then why do they have it?
Well, they used to have it years ago because they did use it. And people like me, SEOs, abused it, stuffing keywords in there.
But not you.
Not me. Of course, not me. Now, it doesn't harm anything. You can put keywords in your keyword tag. It's not gonna cause any harm. Other search engines might use them. I don't know. Yahoo, Bing, Ask Jeeves.
I was just gonna say that.
They might use them. They might show up in who knows what Facebook is going to do with their, in the future. It might show up. It also might not hurt if you know your keywords for a particular page. It might not hurt just personally for organizational purposes to stick them in there.
True.
Now, keep in mind that don't. I've seen lots of meta keyword tags where people list literally hundreds and hundreds of keywords. Obviously, don't do that. It doesn't do anything. Just list your one or two keywords for that page. Yeah. Also, if you're on Wix or Weebly, I don't know if Squarespace does it anymore. They will have something that they'll have a little field that says your keywords. This is probably what that is doing. And this is why I'm often so disparaging of platforms like Wix and Weebly. They say, oh, we have SEO settings.
Yes.
Put your keywords in here.
Yeah.
They are in there and they are 100% meaningless.
Oh.
I don't, I feel like those companies are just lying to you saying that they have SEO features. They know that they don't matter.
Because so many people use them and literally think, oh, this is taken care of.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We believe.
So again, you can use the same thing. There's no harm in putting stuff in there. Whatever your chosen keyword phrase is for a page, I would stick it in there just organization, just for your own, or maybe you have somebody help you with your website someday and they come and say, oh, the keyword for this page is such and such.
Sure.
It's not going to hurt anything.
No.
Okay. Image alt tags.
Image alt tags. Okay.
Yes. Short for image attribute.
Who?
Attribute.
Attribute?
Yes.
Not attribute.
Attribute. What did I say?
Attribute.
Yeah, they're not attribute.
Okay. Even I know that's not a word.
Yeah, I said that. I'm like, that doesn't sound right.
Even I caught that. I'm the one that makes up the words. Attribute.
Alternate attribute.
Alternate attributes?
Maybe that, I don't know. Image alt tags.
I bet they're alternative.
Actually, I don't know.
I think somebody needs to do a little homework.
I guess so. Okay.
Tune in next time when my husband
learns about SEO.
Exactly.
Okay, so your image alt tags.
Yes.
These are the tags that you assign to images. Most editors, Squarespace, Wix, Weebly, WordPress, they're all going to have image alt tag things, spaces. These are
important.
These are important. This is not the caption. Don't confuse this with the caption. Two different things.
Okay. Describe, what is the difference between captions and...
Okay. So the caption is just the text beneath. It's like an image caption. It's the, if you're reading a newspaper, there's an image right beneath it. It's going to have a caption. What is that?
Right. Yeah, we do read the caption.
The image alt tag is along the same idea, but it originally was meant for vision impaired people.
Yeah.
So when they can't see an image, they can, there's a few words there. And they can know what the image is. In putting words in your image alt tags, the same rules apply. Be accurate.
Right.
The best way to come up with an image alt tag, I think, is in your mind, finish the sentence. This is a picture of blank. What is it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Again, don't stuff your keywords. If it's a picture of a kid on a swing, don't say New York City family photographer.
No.
Yeah. Be accurate. If it's a picture of a kid with his parents, you could say something about family. Sure.
Right.
Put a keyword in if it's applicable. Don't stuff. Don't use stop words. Don't use a, and, of, the, things like that, unless they are really sort of necessary.
Right.
All your images should have image alt tags. You can be penalized if Google sees that you're not using image alt tags, then your website is not accessible, or your website may not be accessible. That's something you want to do.
For sure.
Also, just if sometimes people, not anymore really, but when, internet speeds were not as fast as they are now, sometimes an image would take a long time to load, or it doesn't load, load.
You just see the
then
description.
You see the image alt tag. That's where so keep it short, not too long.
Yeah.
And finally, the H1 tags. These are headings. The heading of your page. This is typically the big, bold headline at the top of every web page. Those are your H1s, called your H1 tag. There's also H2s and H3s, H4, 5, 6. Kind of think of them like a bullet list. The H1 is like the big one at the top. You need to have an H1 tag on every page. Number one.
Okay.
It's okay if you duplicate them between different pages, but don't use the same one on all your pages. If you happen to have two pages with the same one, that's kind of confusing, because it suggests to the user that the page content the page is the same. It's about the same thing.
It's the same.
But there's technically not an SEO problem with that. Now, you don't want to duplicate it with your title tag. And that's what happens with WordPress default blogs, is that it's going to take your title, whatever your title is, and it's going to make it the same as the title tag for that page. Now, with an SEO plugin, you can change the title and make it different. You probably should. In general, the heading is going to be similar to the title tag. It's kind of the same type of thing, but it's usually going to be shorter. The title tag is it's not a sentence, but it's, like I said, it's 60 characters. Your heading tag, your H1, is probably going to be 2 or 3 or 4 words, maybe 1 word. So it's typically shorter, but it's you're probably going to want to include the same keyword here that you included on your title tag.
Okay. Say that again.
You probably so once you have decided what your keywords are for a particular page, those keywords or that keyword is going to go. Remember, right in the front of your title tag. It's also going to be in your heading, in your H1 tag.
Got it.
The big bold.
Yes.
That's important. This is important for users. It's important for SEO. Those are probably the two single most important things for SEO. Your title tag and your H1, your heading, your H1 tag.
Got it. Good to know. Okay. I got it.
And that's it.
Thank you. That was chock full.
Yeah, that was pretty. I hope that was pretty full. Yeah.
That was super full. I would need to definitely have my pen and paper and have all of my web stuff open so I could go and pause and go back.
This would make a good. In fact, I think I have this as a checklist on my blog.
Yeah,
or I do for title tags.
That's a good.
I'll try to do that in the future. Do a revised one for all tags. All tags, not alt.
That would be very helpful.
Image attribute.
All tags.
No, not attribute.
Image attribute.
Why do I have a podcast if I don't know words? All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope that you find this helpful and useful. And if you do, what you could do for us as a thanks would be to, drumroll please, leave a review. Yes, everybody says it, I know, but it really does make a difference. Take 3 seconds, leave as many stars, say something really nice about what you like about the podcast and maybe why other people would like it. It would mean the world to us, especially my husband. That better? All right, I'm going to try one where I'm not going to be charming.